So far, we've focused on the body's speedy electrochemical information system, the nervous system. But your body has a second communication system, the endocrine system. So the glands in this system secrete hormones. The endocrine system and nervous system are therefore close relatives. Both produce molecules that act on receptors elsewhere. Like many relatives, they also differ. The speedy nervous system zips messages from eyes to brain to hand in a fraction of seconds. The endocrine messages trudge along in the bloodstream, taking several seconds or more to travel from the glands to the target tissues. The nervous system delivers information to specific receptor sites with text message speed. The endocrine system, however, is more like sending a letter through the mail. But slow and steady sometimes wins the race because the effect of the endocrine messages tend to outlast those of the neural messages. For example, have you ever felt angry for no apparent reason? You may have experienced an endocrine hangover from lingering emotional-related hormones. So the endocrine glands are glands that secrete hormone chemicals directly into the bloodstream. It's the body's slow chemical communication system. So let's talk about hormones. So these are the chemicals secreted by the endocrine glands, triggered by the nervous system. They influence body functions, health, mood, and desire. They work with our nervous system to keep everything in balance as we respond to stress, hard work, and our own thoughts. So our pituitary gland, the endocrine glands that control center is the pituitary gland. Under the influence of the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland regulates growth and controls other endocrine glands. It's called the master gland because it regulates the other glands. It also regulates water and salt balance. The pituitary gland is a pea-sized structure located in the brain's core where it's controlled by the hypothalamus. There's the hypothalamus, and here's our pituitary gland. Two of the hormones released by the pituitary gland are, we have oxytocin. Now this stimulates contractions of the uterus during labor and the secretion of milk during nursing. And then also we have a growth hormone. This stimulates the physical development of bones and muscle. So the pituitary gland, the effects of the pituitary gland are clearly shown here. This is entertainer David Frost, and he stands between the world's tallest and the world's smallest man. So the tallest man in history was 8 feet 11 inches tall. He died at the age of 22, partly as a result of this defect. So the shortest person was 23 inches tall, and she died when she was at the age of 18. At the time, these two gentlemen were the smallest and the tallest, but we did have a woman that was only 23 inches tall. And both of them died because of their condition. Today's medicines can handle most of these problems if caught early enough, but of course, these situations, these cases show what happens if the pituitary gland does go awry. So the adrenal glands. Endocrine glands, these are endocrine glands just above the kidneys, the adrenal glands, if you can see them right above the kidneys right there. Okay, so they secrete the hormone adrenaline and norepinephrine, which help to arouse the body in times of stress. We also have the thyroid and parathyroid glands right in the neck. So they regulate metabolic rate and calcium rate. Thyroxine, this regulates the metabolism and growth, and this is a hormone that is found in the thyroid gland. So if you, the thyroid gland, because it affects metabolism, this is how your body burns energy and calories. So if you have a slow metabolism, you would tend to gain weight. And if it's abnormally low, it's called hypothyroid, and you may need a medication to regulate it. If you can't seem to gain weight, no matter how many calories you consume, you may have hyperthyroid, which means that you're burning calories at an abnormally fast rate, which also oftentimes lead to the need to have medical help. But basically, you need to remember the thyroid and the parathyroid help regulate calcium in the blood, and also we have metabolism, which is very important. And so it regulates how we burn energy in our body. The gonads. These are sex glands that are located in different places in men and women. They regulate the body development and maintain reproductive organs in adults. So the gonads, or the sex glands, are different in both sexes. We have the female sex hormone, which is estrogen. Estrogen is created or produced by the ovaries. Sex hormones for the male are the testes, and the testes secrete the male hormone androgen. These regulate arousal and reproduction. Okay, so in conclusion, we talked about the endocrine system and that it's slower it's a slower communication system than the nervous system. It secretes hormones through the bloodstream, but it also has longer lasting effects than the nervous system. Hormones are chemicals that influence many aspects of our lives, including growth, reproduction, metabolism, and mood. The pituitary gland is controlled by the hypothalamus and is the control center of the endocrine system.